Okay, this is about quadratic graphing. Plot the graph for the function y is equal to x squared minus 2x plus 1 for minus 2 less or equal to x less or equal to 3 using a scale of 1 centimeter for 1 unit on each axis. And also sketch the line y is equal to 3x plus 9 on the same graph and state the number of solutions. Solve the equation x squared minus 2x plus 1 is equal to 3x plus 9 from the graph. Finally, find the gradient of the tangent at the point where x is equal to 2. Okay, to be able to understand how we're going to plot this graph for values starting from minus 2 to 3, what I've done here is I've just copied a table, putting the values of x from minus 2 to 3 respectively. And now we're going to compute the values of y by using the equation. Now y is equal to, we can take the first value of minus 2, so you're going to put minus 2. Now you remember x is minus 2, so x squared, so minus 2 to the square, minus 2 times minus 2 again because x is minus 2, I hope you get that, plus 1. This is 4 plus 4 plus 1, which is then is equal to 9. So we got this as 9. Similarly, you're going to do for minus 1, so that's going to be minus 1 to the square, minus 2 times minus 1 plus 1. So minus 1 to the square is 1, minus becomes plus, 1 times 2 is 2, 1 plus 2 is 3, 3 plus 1 is 4. So you got this as 4. You can also go further. Y is equal to 0. 0 to the square here. Okay, so this is x equal to 0, so you're going to put 0 to the square. Minus 2 times x, that is 2 times 0 plus 1. And we know that 0 squared is 0, 2 times 0 is 0, and plus 1 is 1. So we got 1. So to save you some time, I've already done the other values. In exactly the way I did this one, I did the other values, and here is what I came up with. Now we're going to plot these points one by one. So let's start with 0, 1. So 0, 1 is here. 0, 1. I got 1, 0. 1, 0 is sitting on the x-axis. Then you got 2, 1, and 2, 1 is over here. And I got 3, 4. Okay, so 3 and then 4 is somewhere here. Right. Then you've got minus 2, 9. So let's go to 9 on the graph. That's a bit up. So minus 2, 9. And I also got minus 1, 4 over here. Minus 1, 4. So minus 1, 4. Now we're going to draw a curve. Okay, so this is how the curve is looking like after I've plotted the curve and I've drawn the curve smoothly. This is as smooth as I can. Now, in the second part of the question, you remember, we need to sketch the line of y is equal to 3x plus 9. Now, you've done that in form 3, and you know that this y is equal to mx plus c, and this is the y-intercept is 9. So we've got a point here when x is equal to 0. If you put, you can just say x is equal to 0, and then you've got y is equal to 3 times 0 is 0, 0 plus 9 is 9. So you've got 0, 9. So 0, 9 is over here. Okay, so this is one point. And now, after x is equal to 0, you can say y is equal to 0. So you're going to get 0 is equal to 3x plus 9. The 9 can go on the other side, becomes minus 9. You got 3x, and x is equal to minus 9 divided by 3 is minus 3. I'm sure you're very familiar with this. We've done many questions like these in the past, and this is a little bit like a revision for you. So minus 3, 0 is the second point, and the second point is minus 3, 0 over here. So what we need to do now is just draw the line. Let's get a ruler here. So we got line going like this. Here we go. And you can label these Okay, you can write here y is equal to 3x plus 9. Okay, and also you've got the curve which has the equation y is equal to x squared minus 2x plus 1. Okay, now also in the question we need to state the number of solutions that we have. Okay, you can see that the line is intersecting the curve, therefore we got only one solution here, where this is the point of intersection. So the answer to that question, okay, we got then only one solution. Sometimes you may have two solutions if the line is intersecting the curve at 2 points. Okay, but for now we've got one solution, and we've been asked, okay, to also solve the equation x squared. Okay, we need to solve, let me just write it here so you can get all in this one video. Alright, I mean one view here. You need to solve the equation, okay, x squared minus 2x plus 1 is equal to 3x plus 9. Now if you look at this carefully, this is the equation of the curve. Look here, x squared minus 2x plus 1, and that is equal to, supposed to be equal to y, but it is equal to y, and y is this, 3x plus 9, and here is 3x plus 9, 3x plus 9. So again, we're trying to solve this equation. We can rewrite the equation if you want. Sometimes they may ask you to show that the equation is going to reduce to some other quadratic equation. So if you have to do that, what you do is just rearrange this equation. So you can say x squared minus 2x, you can bring the minus 3x here, minus 3x, I mean plus 3x come on this side, becomes minus 3x, plus the 1, minus 9 is equal to 0. So we've got then x squared minus 5x minus 8 is equal to 0. Okay, minus 2x minus 3x is minus 5x, plus 1 minus 9 is minus 8. Now, the examiner could have been very clever with you by saying, solve this equation. Now, this is very hard. If they didn't give you the equation like this, they would have given you the equation like this. Then what would you have done? You would have checked out how you can reduce or bring this equation back to what it was. And then you will recognize that these two are in fact intersecting each other. Sorry. The point of intersection is here. So our solution is where the x value is. So you're going to drop a line here and read for x. Here we go. Somewhere I've got like minus 1, minus 1.2, minus 1.4. Sorry. So the solution to the equation is then x is equal to minus 1.4. And this is your answer to that part of the question. Also, we need to find the gradient of the tangent where x is equal to 2. Okay, let me just write this down. They're saying to us, find the gradient of the tangent where x is equal to 2. Now you know a tangent is just a straight line. A straight line where x is equal to 2. Now this is the x-axis, and where x is equal to 2 is here. So we're going to draw a tangent at that point here where x is equal to 2. A tangent is a line that touches the curve. So let's draw a tangent here. There we go. It doesn't matter what length it is, but just be reasonable with it. And here's your tangent. Now we need to find the gradient of this tangent. You can measure the y coordinate and the x coordinate if you want. Okay, let's say that this thing is coming down. Okay, or maybe you can take two coordinates here. I got 3 and then here 2.8, isn't it? So 3 and 2.8. The first coordinate is 3 and then 2.8. The second coordinate, you can pick any coordinate on the same line. Maybe I'm going to pick 2 and 1 if I want. So right, so this is 2 and then 1. That is sitting on the same line. If you want to find the gradient, you can say that the gradient is going to be equal to y2 minus y1 divided by x2 minus x1. Sorry, y2 minus y1, may call the gradient m if you want, 2.8 minus 1 divided by x2 minus x1, so that's 3 minus 2, and I've got that as 1.8 divided by 1, and therefore the answer is 1.8. 1.80 if you want to put the answer to 3 significant figures. Okay, so this is your gradient at x is equal to 2, 1.80. So that should be then your answer to the question. Here is how we are going to graph a quadratic function as well as a linear function like a straight line, and then try to find gradients and other values, solutions, depending on the extent of the question, alright, depending on how complex the question can be. So I'm going to come up with a second video later on just to explain this in further detail, and from there we're going to give you some homework to do. Take care.